Blackford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and it's a considerable pleasure to follow the honourable member for Rayleigh and Whitford, and I have to say, and I don't think I've ever said this after any of his contributions, I pretty well agree with every single word he said, and I hope the House does listen very carefully to what he said and the responsibilities that we all have. Mr Speaker, we are gathered here united in mourning and grief at the loss of a proud champion of Southend, of now to be the city of Southend, a great backbencher, a beloved husband and a father and dear friend to so many, particularly on the government benches. Sir David Amess was valued in so many ways, but I think the most powerful description he achieved was in some ways was the simplest and the most human. David was above all else a good and a deeply decent man. A man that would always greet you with a welcoming smile whenever you met him. For members and staff across this House, it will take time to come to terms with the terrible shock of the senseless loss of another colleague. Because just as our thoughts and prayers today are with the entire Amess family, we think too of the family of Joe Cox, who are forced to relive the nightmare of their experience all over again. Mr Speaker, members of this House are being murdered while simply doing their job. That is the terrible reality that we are faced with. And just as we face it together, we need to put an end to it together. In providing that security and safety, we need to protect all those at risk. Because we all know that it's often our staff who are at the very front line of the threats and the abuse as well. So I welcome the review underway into MP security, but I would genuinely urge the Home Secretary to also include our staff as a central part of that security review.
Hear, hear.
The devastating loss of Sir David has once again laid bare that twin threat of terrorism and the toxic culture of hate and intolerance that has become all too common. So today, of all days, it is crucial that we show the same spirit and speak with one voice across this House, as indeed we are doing. I stand firmly with and echo the powerful and poignant words of both the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. But I also want to commend them for jointly going and standing together in Southend on Saturday. That was exactly the right image and the right message to send. People need to see that image of unity on Saturday, and it is an image and ethos of political leadership that we need to project in public far more often. A healthy democracy that engages with passionate disagreement as appropriate. But we all know that somewhere along the way we have been badly diverted. For too long we have been dragged down a path where passionate disagreement has been infected by poison. All of us can do better not to feed into that corrosive culture. All of us have been a victim of it, and every single one of us have a responsibility to put an end to it. It is the truest tribute to Sir David that he personified exactly what we need to get to. He was a person whose politics could be forceful, but always a friendly, a person who could disagree without ever, not ever, being disagreeable. For the rest of this session, I look forward to hearing the fond memories from many of his colleagues and friends. The beautiful statement released by the Amess family last night put it better than I possibly could. David's lesson and his legacy is to show kindness and love to all. All of our memories will be of a good man and of a life well lived. May his family and community today know that the true depth of respect, affection and love that he enjoyed across this House. And may his gentle soul now rest in peace.